Hi there, welcome to Bed Talks episode 5. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about why a 3-year-old is my hero. And she's my hero because of her ability to communicate very clearly, which I feel is a trait that is not so easy for us grown-ups, at least all the time. So why she struck out to me as something to share with you is because she's 3 years old now, but when she was about 2 years old, she hadn't quite grasped how to use her words yet. And I remember one day being with her parents at their house, and she was really upset about something. Something was really bothering her, and as most 2-year-olds do, she was just she was being very emotional and trying to express what it is that she so desperately wanted to her dad. And her dad just couldn't figure out what she was trying to say. And he said, what is it? What is it you need? And she just was distraught, and he couldn't understand. So she looked over up at her mother, and she said the same thing, just a jumble of words that nobody understood. And her mom looked at her and said, I don't know what you're saying. Can you tell me what you're saying? And then this little 2-year-old threw her head back, threw her arms over her eyes like this, and just flung herself onto the couch cushion and wailed. And I thought, oh girl, like, that is exactly what I feel like doing some days when what I'm trying to say or what I'm going through just isn't catching on, right? I can't express myself. Cut to present day, where she's now 3 years old. And the other day I was back at this same family's home, and we have a tendency to take our shoes off when we come inside homes here, kick them off the door, and we walk in our homes barefoot. Anyway, a guest had arrived, and I was sitting at the kitchen table with Ruby. Her name's Ruby. Little blonde thing, and a guest walked in the door, a big man, and he didn't take his shoes off. He walked right in, and the adults in the kitchen started to talk, and I was sitting with Ruby, and she started to say, take off your shoes. And she was speaking to this man who came in, and she used all her words. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she wasn't upset. She was speaking very clearly to him, take off your shoes, and she pointed. And of course, big man's in there talking to other men and not listening to this voice of this tiny little baby girl, right? But she kept saying, take off your shoes, take off your shoes, take off your shoes, take off your shoes, take off your shoes. And how toddlers can just be incessant about their demands, like they just don't stop. So she kept repeating until, I saw what she was doing. And then her mom caught on, and then all the adults kind of looked at this big guy who was the criminal in the room, who finally heard her, and then he proceeded to take off his shoes. But I thought, man, like, what has happened between being 3 and being 41, right? Like, at least for me, like, how do you, one, if you can't communicate, like, I wish I had the freedom to fling myself onto the bed or the couch and burst into tears when I'm just not getting my point across, but I can't really, or not without judgment. But how do you, like, if you have something to say, like, just repeat what you say, find the exact words to express your needs, and just say it clearly, politely, persistently, until what you need is heard, addressed, and followed through. Anyway, so this little girl's my hero. She has been for some time for many reasons, but it's the way she communicates, and when she learns how to use her words, the way she just keeps at it. And for me, I was like, well, that's the lesson, like, if I want something, it's much better to think about what I want, say it clearly and kindly, and keep at it until what I want's communicated, and then whatever issue is sort of evaporated. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that story with you today. Communication, emotion, I guess. I think expression was in there too, emotional expression. But yeah, lessons we learned from a 3-year-old and why she's my hero. Have a good day.